Hello guys. So after completing task 3, we'll move on to the last task, task 4 of this project. So we'll click here next task. And task 4 is called communicating insights and analysis. And from the title, we can see that in this task, we are going to present the insights and the analysis of task 3. So from here, we see we have been given the instructions by the project manager, and then the background information is still the same from task 1 to task 3. And then now the task itself involves developing a script and recording a video presenting these findings from task 3 to the CEO and the CMO based on the questions that they had asked. And then we also need to consider including the process that we took in the analysis to develop and create these visuals. So the process should indicate the initial data load and then the steps that we took to clean up this data so that we ensure that our analysis is error-free. And then also, we should also remember that this is not just about presenting the visuals, but this should be presenting insights and analysis based on the questions that were asked by the CEO and the CMO. So I've already done this project. I'm going to jump right into the PowerPoint presentation that I created for this project. Yeah. Hello and welcome to my presentation. So in this presentation, I want to take you through the company's sales performance for the years 2010 and 2011. I want to appreciate the opportunity that I've been given to look into this data to get some insights about the store's performance, and also for the question that you had asked, since they gave me a general direction on the kind of insight that you wanted to get from this analysis. I also want to assure you that I also took the necessary steps to ensure that this analysis is accurate and correct. I cleaned up the data and removed the negative values, and also filtered this data to ensure that there was no unit price that is below 0, or there is no quantity that is below 1. So jumping into the first question, the CEO wanted to see monthly revenue for the year 2011. So this line chart shows all the monthly revenues for the year 2011 from January to December. However, there was insufficient data for December, so that's why we had a sudden drop in the sales from November to December. But from the visual, you can see that we had quite steady sales from January to August at an average of $685,000, which peaked at 1.51 million when there was a sudden increase from August to November. So at November, we had the maximum sales of $1.51 million. Now moving on to the second question, the CMO wanted to see the top 10 countries by revenue and the quantities, with the exception of the UK. So you can see here the revenue is represented by the light blue column and the quantity is represented by the dark blue column. And there is no major difference between the revenue and the quantities that these countries had purchased. And now moving on to the third question, the CMO wanted to see the top 10 customers and the revenue that these customers generated. So we can see the difference between the first customer and the 10th customer is at an average of around 15.8%. And so that means there is no major significant difference between these customers. However, these are very significant sales that the company can try to incentivize these customers to increase the relationship or strengthen the relationship to increase these customers' loyalty and the retention rate with these customers. And moving on to the last question, the CEO wanted to see the revenue for each country. So we created this map chart which shows bubbles. The bigger the bubble, the more the revenue generated from the country. However, we excluded UK as requested, and we can see that the bigger bubbles are in the European market, which the company should prioritize with strategies that will look at maximizing the revenues generated from these regions. Now, on the recommendations that I came up with from the 4 visuals, the first one is that the company should come up with strategies that will aim at stocking and advertising the seasonal products, since we saw that seasonality has a big impact on the revenues of these companies. The second recommendation is that the company should also do a deeper analysis of products that sell during the low revenue months, that is the first 8 months. So these analyses can be key to come up with strategies that will be for marketing these products that sell during these low sales months. And then the third recommendation is that the company should also consider doing a deeper dive into the products and the revenue generated for each region. So the company should try to find out if certain products have more demand in certain regions, since that this can guide the company come up with marketing strategies for regional based products or region specific marketing strategies rather. The fourth recommendation is that the company should also consider incentivizing these top performing customers. This can be key to strengthen the relationship that the company has with these customers, and it can also increase the loyalty of these customers and also encourage other customers to do more business with the company. The last recommendation is that the company should look at the European market since it has more potential for growth, and the company should also aim to develop strategies that will increase its marketing positions in the European region. Yeah, and with that, I've finished my presentation. Thank you so much. I'd like to open the floor for any more questions.